fixes here. We're going to dive right into today's discussion. So I recently just put out a video about the Phlogistinator nerfs that happened on the 20th of January. It has been my most well-received video. It's also been the video that's had the most discussion on it, and when I was checking out my own comments, I noticed a couple of patterns that seem to pervade through the rest of the community, including things like the forum community, or the forums on Steam, the Reddit boards, RTF2 and RTrueTF2, and that I would kind of want to discuss them in a video today because they really need to be talked about because the community is in a rightful tizzy, and I don't understand why. So when you look at the Phlogistinator nerfs, if you watch my video, you would see that I'm actually quite happy about it. This needed to change for the health of the public game community, and that, you know, it's not really a thing in competitive, so it has no impact on that, but the majority of Valve's community for Team Fortress 2 did not care for the Phlogistinator unless they were abusing the Phlogistinator. And so I thought this was going to be a very well-received nerf, because it honestly quite needed to happen. I was wrong. Instead, this started a huge backlash over how Valve is treating the Pyro, and how Valve doesn't know what to do with the Pyro, and how Valve is killing TF2 to make it a brand new game when it comes to matchmaking, and blah, 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 blah. You take a look at this. There's basically 3 different ways that everyone sees the Pyro. If you're Valve, you want the class to do effective damage with unique mechanics. Right now, it doesn't know what to do to attain that, but it knows where it wants to go with it. The public community is in an absolute uproar because of this, because their one-size-fits-all loadout has just been taken away. And they're not happy. Valve took away their toy. They're crying out about it, and even those that did not abuse the Phlogistinator are in an uproar because, I don't know, Valve wants to balance their game and make it fun for everyone. I don't understand. The community is just really pissed off because Valve keeps tinkering with things. And I don't understand the anger here. Yes, they probably should not have touched the Phlogistinator in the first place. I could see that argument. But it has been changed, and everyone has basically been on board since the change, saying something needs to be done about this vulnerability and the health gain. And they said, you're right, the health gain needs to be changed, and we're going to slightly nerf the squirt shot spam by making the damage needed to fill up the meter even higher than it was. I'm all on board with this. With the other 2 suggestions in my previous video, I think the Phlogistinator is probably in the best spot it can possibly be at while still maintaining the mechanics that it does. So what does the competitive community think? They don't give a damn. The weapon's still useless. No relevance in the actual competitive scene, other than maybe some MVM, because it can bust a tank, as I said in my previous video. The only thing the competitive side has been saying is that we know the Pyro is one of the weakest classes. We don't know what to do with it. We just want something other than an air blast machine, because right now in competitive in Highlander, your Pyro basically just sticks to your combo like glue, or your engineer like glue, and protects it from spies and rockets with its air blast, and they just spy check everything. When the spy timer is up, you're on high alert. When the spy timer is down, you kind of not doing anything. If you're with your combo, you know, you're constantly reflecting rockets and you're spy checking everything that moves, but if with your engineer, you're spy checking everything that moves, and you're reflecting rockets away from everything. So you're a spy checking air blast machine. Competitive wants that changed because that's boring, and it's the only thing the Pyro can do. I'm fully in agreement with this. I would love to see some drifter play, some meaningful mechanical changes made to the Pyro so something can be done about it. Everyone is crying doom and gloom. Oh, Valve is just trying to kill everything. TF2 is not dead. If you truly believe that TF2 is dead, I don't know what you think a live game looks like, because it is honestly still one of the most relevant PC games in the world. It's free to play, and it's getting ready to go into a competitive matchmaking scene, and as we've seen from Dota, Valve has the capability to turn this into a real competitive sport, and I, for one, am all up for that. But what should happen to the Pyro? Nobody knows, really. Could it be a new mechanic? Does the Pyro just simply need more health? You know, go back to the old Backburner days when the Backburner gave you 50 extra health and everyone was like, oh, this is OP. Now it's probably not. I don't know. Does the Pyro need more mobility? Can we see something like an Air Blast jump, or turn his backpack into like a rocket jump, or like a Force of Nature jump? I don't know. These are all things that need to be put out there so we can bounce some ideas around. Valve has some ideas to play with and kind of see in their own internal testing what works, what doesn't, what can be changed. Overall, I'll leave with this message. The people who know the most about this game are not concerned, and neither should you. If you are no longer having fun in this game, I do have to ask, why the hell are you still playing? If you're concerned about the direction that Valve is taking the game, let them know. You know, they do actually, especially developers for Team, they do listen. Hell, we watch them take consideration in from a top sixes player who has like 3 to 4 hours of Pyro, take his rants about Pyro, and then put those suggestions into the game. I don't know. I think that Valve does need to continue on this track of listening to professional players when it comes down to moving towards competitive matchmaking. I do wish they would listen to professional Pyro players, because they probably have the most experience in this regard, and they probably have the most ideas in this regard that will keep their class balanced, that will keep it relevant going forward in the future. So, I'm getting a little preachy. I'm probably going to get off of here, and don't bite people's heads off just because something got changed. That's all I'm going to say. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.